Gentlemen, and welcome back to today's second best of 3 series of the day. Endpoint now in the lower bracket, up against No Limit Gaming. In what is a very similar veto to the earlier proceedings. Train up first, Vertigo up next, but instead of Overpass, it will be Mirage as our decider. Well, Surreal just gets 2 very quick headshots as the in-game API decides to take us away. Mighty Max also gets one of his own, but Lekka and Cello have both responded, although not as effectively as they would have liked by the looks of things, as Crucial is able to clean things up, and the pistol round is won by Endpoint. Apologies for that. I've been casting this whole round with the microphone. Mighty Max, though, does get the triple kill at the end. And just about closes things out for Endpoint. Well, NLG, it was a close one, but unfortunately they do lose out. All of the deagles brought forward in this particular round. Then as Crucial finds the quick shot onto Cello, the rest of the pistols currently making their way to Ivy and the B site. Lekka, his footsteps are heard. Surreal is just going to take a chunk of damage through that wall and decide not to aggress. This time, the German side taking things much slower. Windows to be broken. That will allow the grenades to be thrown properly. But no commitment as of yet. Lekka creeps his way down. Goes for the reload once he's down the ladder. That's an interesting decision. Oh, okay, Lekka. Thomas nearly punishes him, but Lecker removes him from the round, and Mighty Max, okay. Didn't need to finish things off so disgustingly, but does so nonetheless. Orps on each side, but Endpoint have a much stronger CT start here than they did up against Windstrike earlier on. As they are actively defending the A-bomb side at the moment. Cello is going to go for a little bit of spray damage there, but not going to be able to land too much. And again, NLG just keeping things nice and slow right now. They don't want to overcommit anywhere. Big fans of a passive T-side setup into a late round execute, which can work out if you successfully drain your opponent's utility. And what you don't want to do is leave yourself in a situation with not enough time remaining in the round. And with just about 50 seconds left, NLG will recover the bomb and decide to head back into the A site. And see if they can have slightly more success with this iteration of their attack. Flashbang completely misses, but Mighty Max also misses the spray down. That's going to allow a couple of NLG players to survive. Lecker up on top of the blue train means that Thomas will not have much longer left to live. Unfortunately, Robbie getting unlucky there. Flashed off the angle now. The AWPer should deal with him pretty soon. And that leaves us in the 2v4 for Endpoint as Crucial's AWP is removed from the round. Lecker will be dealt with, but Surreal is aware that a 1v3 might be a little bit too much out of his order. Nonetheless, he has repositioned here in a manner that could allow him to take things. Being watched like a hawk, unfortunately. The time running down. Surely they're aware not to give this away. Gets spotted, finds the first frag, but with the crossfire set up this intently, surely he can't get anything, so he will just pick up the AWP and remove himself from the round. NLG, they pick up their first here on the T side of train. Well, the money now is poor for Endpoint, should they lose. They've managed to get a buy together here in this one, but they're definitely going to have to take the eco in the next. Mighty Max just waiting for the opportunity to aggress into Ivy. Crucial misses the AWP shot, and that's going to bait in the utility. I'm not sure whether Max wants to push through that. He's just going to die straight through the smoke. Anyway, Crucial in danger as well. Has to retreat around the corner. Not a great start to the round for Endpoint. As they again, NLG happy to burn some more time. Bait out these CT rotations. They have baited the rotations out, but they've baited them all into B. Now that Robin has gone up that ladder in drop room, this could actually be a really dire situation for NLG. They're going to walk straight into a B stack. Surreal gets one, but there's an AWPer on the close angle, and he has to be careful of him. Turns around at the wrong time, and Shadow Lulz is down. And all of a sudden, NLG reconsider things. Back into the A-bomb site for them, but the rotators are going to be fast, and they know it. Crosshairs on position. Ekman finds one. He is then eliminated. Cello then left in the 1v2 finds the first kill. Surreal knows where he is. The spray down goes through, but can't be consolidated. A triple kill for Surreal in the round will mean the victory in this one for Endpoint, and there's plenty of time for him to go and pick up the AWP before returning to site and defuse. 5-1 then, and the money for the T's is beaten back somewhat. Still not out of the woods yet for Endpoint. Their economy still going to be strained as a result of only having one player remain alive in the next series. In the next round. Shots ring out across the A site, but damage yet to be delivered as Cello creeps in. Lekka tagged down low by the grenade, but the kills go the way of NLG, at least early on. Oh, the taps are being attempted, and Thomas eventually is eliminated by them. Crucial replies with an AWP frag of his own. Robin in an important position gets a kill, but the AWP should contest him, and it will do so. That leaves Surreal then alone again. 3 players to find this time, all on his lonesome. Here's the bomb going down, but he's being watched like a hawk, and Adrian finds his head. The second round for the Tees. And the money for Endpoint now straining. Interestingly, Endpoint go for the Force regardless, though. They go for the pistol armors here, and they're hoping that they can make this round work. Thomas gets caught off guard by Cello. The smokes in the site give him room to maneuver, but Crucial is able to reply and recover the AK for himself. But the issue now is that the B-bomb site is wide open, and Surreal caught out in the open with that scout. Plant comes through, and the retake now is being considered. Max just gets spotted out there and is dealt with as a result, and that should be all hope lost for the retake in this round. Robin will get another nice shot out of it, though, but it's time to retreat and look towards the buy in the next one. Five to 3 then, as the scoreline narrows. Robin actually managed to save himself an AK there in the late round situation, which obviously is an upgrade, but Endpoint aren't going to be buying around them. Lekka, the rest of his side, just holding out towards the top of ladder room, and it's Surreal actually who gets the first kill. Crucial follows up. All of a sudden, this round has not gone the way it was supposed to, but perhaps things swing back towards normality as No Limit Gaming get some trade kills of their own. Thomas, he's good for at least one more here. That's the headshot landed. Cello on super low HP as well. Just one deagle body shot. Enough to remove him, and that would leave Shadow Lols alone. But he's the first man to open up. Surreal going for the long flank on this one. Crucial in a great position too. This is an insane crossfire. Oh no! Surreal gives his position away, but gets the tags through. A fraction of HP on each of these players now. Crucial finds the first, but Shadow Lols deals with him, and the positioning of Surreal is all but known. He's going to commit to the plant here. Surreal, how aggressive is he going to get? Oh, the AWP flick misses, but so do the Deagle shots. Somehow this fight is allowed to continue. Up onto the train, but it's inspected. Or expected, even. As NLG put things just one round away from tying it all up here on train. Endpoint did lose this map. Not... How long ago was it? Not 3 hours ago. In double overtime. They'll be looking to have a slightly better showing this time around, because they are now in the lower bracket, and that means that defeat equals elimination. That's the way to start, though. Crucial gets one. Oh, and the second. They both peek him, and they both get eliminated. Adrian and Lekka now pretty much just have to back off. What can they do? Lekka gets taken out straight away by the aggressive positioning of Robin, and Adrian now... he's in a 1 versus 5 situation. These aren't imminently winnable. It looks like he's certainly going to struggle to put it off. Gives his position away, but even gets that follow-up frag. And, well, that's Endpoint potentially reclaiming a little bit of momentum here. Just the pistols then for the T side. So they look to take things over towards B in the early instance. Perhaps scared off from A following their previous encounters. Crucial trying his hardest to land those AWP shots, but he's about to get overwhelmed by some pistoling players. The rifle needs to refocus to stop that AWP from being recovered. The rotations are through, but the bomb is still towards the back of B, so it is able to rotate out absent consequence. Surreal just drops that Molotov down there to deny the push even further. And NLG again look to slow things down here. Before deciding that B is indeed where they want to go. They're much more fans of the slower play style, this German side. Certainly enjoying the passive play. Robin begins to shut things down. Surreal misses his AWP shot, but the AWP has at least been recovered, as Robin should clean things up here, and he will do so. A 3K and the anti-eco for him is a nice little bit of statistics padding. 7-4. Endpoint creep ahead. NLG decide they want to take a second eco at this point in time, just to make sure that their economy is as stable as possible heading forward in this half. Thomas finds the first frag. Looks for more, perhaps. He will be gifted them. Him and Robin. Anti-eco frags galore as Cello's position is given away. The Endpoint boys want to go hunting. Cello will find one, but Robin cleans it up. Back-to-back 3Ks from him. As now the rifles can be afforded by NLG. AWP out in the hands of Shadow Loz, and the economy well and truly emptied for the T side right now. As they start to lose control of this half with the loss in this round. Robin actually able to get in front of that grenade so it doesn't bear the full brunt of its damage. And Cello now potentially being caught out with the Molotov. That's going to make Robin reposition. Max just holding Ivy. It's an area that he struggled with up against Windstrike. Let's see whether or not he is successful here. Shadow Loz will try and slow peek with that AWP, but won't find any shots with it just yet. As time begins to run out in NLG, they have to execute somewhere. And the A site is their target. AWP eliminated. Mighty Max also aware there's another player behind him, but he's only able to get the two. Can't turn around. Robin is on hand to try and clean things up. Adrian goes up and down the ladder before eventually falling down. And Thomas finds Lecker and Ekfan all but dealt with the rifles. Another Deagle round for No Limit Gaming in the penultimate of this first half. Lecker nearly being taken down almost immediately there. Adrian having a look around, but will just be punished with that AWP. Oh, does actually get tagged there. A bit of a random shot, but he's going to fire back, which does just give the tell that he's about. Robin wants to go hunting with the Krieg. Finds one. Just hungry to pad his stats right now. As NLG continue to tick the clock away. As they pray, someone presses into them. Lecker decides he wants to try and go down that ladder and does realise that there's a player there to meet him. Very hungry for that rifle, but unlikely that he'll get it, and Thomas eventually cleans him up. Robin with the work as well leads us into the final round of this first half. Well, the last round on the T side for No Limit Gaming. AWPs and Kriegs to hand as they look to make their way over towards the B-bomb site. There's aggression there early, and Crucial just gets bodied. Straight up and fast. Utility raining into the A-bomb site. Finally, NLG look to be able to conquer things in the latter part of this half. The streak appears to be broken, and Max is dealt with. A 10-5 half in the end, as the sides do now switch. Utility picked up for these pistoling players then. 4 flashes and 2 smokes for the Endpoint boys as they look for a B site execution. Just Lecker playing around there for the moment. His grenade has already been deployed, so he'll make his way to a more passive position within the site. And the utility reigns in. Endpoint Have to push now, but Lecker is on hand with the USPS. Headshot lands, but Surreal able to follow things up before taking more control. There are still two CTs actually up and available towards the back of these trains here. But the bomb goes down nonetheless. The retake is on, and that's so messy. Look at this from Endpoint. They've got 2 players into connector right now, and they've just been completely wrapped around on and flanked. 4 guys just sandwiched them right there, and there's nothing they can do about it. Robin goes down as well, and all of a sudden this pistol round becomes a nightmare. Max knows that his positioning is expected, and NLG take this down. They do win the opening pistol and perhaps open the door for their own comeback. Well, Endpoint going for the straight-up force into this one, potentially leading into a contact A hit, but Robin's life is just going to be thrown away quickly. AK partially recoverable, but kills have to be gotten first in order to clear that space. Now, Cello will go down with the FAMAS, but Adrian towards the back of Hell still wants something to do with that fight. That's the bomb drop from Ekman's perspective, and the grenade from Shadow Laws takes out Thomas as well. It all falls apart in the round for Endpoint. Mighty Max on his way forward with that MAC-10, carrying it on his shoulders. The scout, too powerful in the end against the tagged up player though, and NLG will convert the second round. Endpoint now must consider the eco. The German organization continue to close the gap. Lecker spots out Surreal, and that should spell his death momentarily, but he is able to escape and return with reinforcements, who are swiftly dealt with by the M4A4. These Deagling players, somehow, they still want to keep fighting, and eventually Thomas will be rewarded. And that should be a recoverable rifle as well. Ekman, though, deals with crucial elsewhere. So at least there could be an M4 saved forward into the next round for Endpoint. It doesn't look like much else is likely to be accomplished in this round. The tag's going through, but ultimately not adding up to much. Robin electing to take that M4, seeing as he has the body armor, and it's a flipping good job as well, as he'd have just been aim punched into the nether realm. But thankfully, Adrian is dealt with, and all of a sudden, this has turned into an imminently winnable round. 2 M4s up and available against 2 FAMASes and an MP9. Now, admittedly, there's no body armor on Thomas, so it's key to keep Robin alive. But situation, but that's the shot you want to hit if your Thomas headshot goes through. Shadow Laws has to rotate through quickly into connector. He knows it. Mighty Max just put that whole bomb down, but it gets denied. Rifle in place, and this time slightly more safer plan considered. But again, Shadow Laws goes straight over with the MP9, gets aggressive, and that's all he has to do. Unfortunately, Endpoint, they have the chance. They can't close things out in the end. Full gun round comes back out for Endpoint in this one. Krieg and AWP available, and they look to more aggressively contest the A-bomb site this time. Grenades flying either way, but Thomas has stormed onto the site, found an opening headshot. Adrian, now isolated, has to retreat back towards Ivy, and the rest of Endpoint can advance. Mighty Max finds the first, turns for the second, and won't be able to find it directly, but his teammates shall. And that's the bomb site wide open for the plant, and a 2v5 situation. Perhaps too much for No Limit Gaming to consider. And they back off. Look to save their weapons forward into the next one, because their teammates certainly don't have the money to purchase. As Endpoint pick up their 11th. They're not out of the woods for the moment. They haven't run away with things just yet. The next round, yeah, it's going to be partially important. It's going to be a partial eco from the three players of Ekfin, Adrian, and Cello. Or is it? They go for the Force. And all of a sudden, this becomes a much more important round for Endpoint to win because they can really bust up NLG's economy through victory in this one and start to take control of the half. That is if they win, of course. Utility rains down on the A side, but kills are traded either way. 3 versus 3 before Shadowlaws decides it is Germany who shall have the advantage. Adrian follows that up as well, leaving Mighty Max in the 1 versus 3 situation. Done it before on train, but admittedly in easier position. Shadowlaws takes him down, and the gap closes once again. Money still available for these Ts to buy up, but a double AWP setup now being implemented by the CT side here. Shadowlaws on the AWP. That is so fast. Crucial. Removed from proceedings. The man advantage gained by NLG. Molotov deployed. Will force Adrian off the angle, and that should give... That is so sneaky. Robin's just crept through that. It's going to depend on whether they got the sound cue from that molly, whether they know that he's gone or not. But he's been able to find a kill nonetheless. That's the impact he's looking for. Surreal gets another one onto Shadowlaws, and all of a sudden the economic reset is a likely prospect. Surreal just holding the flank, and Cello and Adrian once again deciding that perhaps they want to dip out from things here. Robin does go down. So Cello will be allowed to save his rifle forward, but right now rounds being traded like for like. Endpoint pick up 12. And when rounds are traded back and forth in this fashion, it generally does tend to favour the T side, simply because of the advantage that they have with economics, and especially when you consider that this was a double AWP setup round. It's a heavy investment. Thankfully, one of them has been saved forward, but had both of those AWPs been taken away, that round costs NLG a lot of money. Double AWPs brought back out. My word. Double AWPs brought back out by NLG, despite their economic situation. They're really keeping the bank empty here. It's a gamble, but it could be a turning point in the game. Endpoint. To anywhere just yet. Thinking about B. Flirting with the idea of an execution. And now the utility reigns in. Perhaps the body shall follow. Shadowlaws deleted straight away. Thomas having none of that nonsense. Mighty Max to follow it up as well. The bomb goes down within the B bomb site. And this should be the call from NLG just to save. It's time to get out of there. They've got nothing in the bank. Yeah, 3 players left alive, but no money for reinvestments here. And they've already got Robin to worry about. He's currently heading out towards Ivy, with potentially 2 players about to walk straight into his crosshair. That's the first, but the shots are missed. Info's given. That's going to draw the rest of Endpoint over. Try and hunt these guys down. Adrian finds him first, though. And perhaps this gets slightly too difficult to consider for Endpoint. They'd rather save their own rifles than just toss them away at the end of the round. 3 more needed for a victory on their map pick here, and we know that Endpoint just looks so much stronger on Vertigo than they did on Train anyway, that perhaps if they can overcome the adversity on this map, they'll be able to close it out quickly in the second and remain in this qualifier. Oh, crucial. Lands the shot onto Cello. That's one of the riflers dealt with, and the opposing AWPer spotted. They know that B cannot be actively defended right now. They just know that the rifles can't be there. Still, Crucial is doing work. Eventually, is taken down by Shadow Lols. Pistols spotted out by Lekka. That's surreal. Landing those shots. Adrian found by the flank from Robin also, and Shadow Lols has found 20 kills somehow in all of the mess that is this game. Far and away the highest fragger on his side, but he won't be able to win this one. He won't even be able to live with his weapon. Endpoint within spitting distance. Well, the buy has come through from the Germans. In the bank under stress, and Mighty Max looks to add even more to that. Shadow Loss is getting super aggressive, but can't kill much when you're blind, unfortunately. Cello has just run straight through the flames on 5 HP, can do some serious damage here. Has done so, finds 2 kills. Ekfan on the bomb, can't do much else, but Lekka, the flank leaves Mighty Max. Can the bomb be recovered without spotting himself? He can. So he can just dip straight out to that B-bomb site, get a decent plant, and hold for the 1v2. Cello on ridiculously low HP right now. So Lekka has got to be the man that does the heavy lifting in this round. However, a smoke and a flash available for the German side. Mighty Max. Is he in the right position? He's expecting the connector push, but none will come. He knows that as soon as he hears that sound, that's the low. Oh no! Mighty Max, the 5 HP player, could not be found. And Cello commits to the defuse without a kit. Comfortably has the time to pull it off, however. And NLG, they pick up double digits, but the economy for Endpoint still strong. Full buy can still be afforded. We're straight back into things. Well, the opening shot from Crucial misses in this particular instance. Surreal. Trying to look towards back B, but hasn't found anybody just yet as the deep smoke obscures the vision. Doesn't want to get caught a foul here. The rest of his team are gearing up for this B execute, so he wants to just be as much of a nuisance as he can. Lekka, not flashed off, able to find the frag with the Krieg and potentially able to do yet more damage. Robin has to rotate around and assist his team at some point, but they're struggling just to get onto the bomb site right now. Lekka still doing work. Crucial Zorp deleted, and Ekfan now on the flank. This is the round right here. 1 UMP magazine. And Robin is left in the 1 versus 5. NLG, they pick up 11. And if they do so with 5 players left alive, they start to build a pretty healthy bank up for themselves. Robin aware that he's not going to commit to this one. There's very little point in him doing so. It would just be throwing away a rifle he'd otherwise likely be unable to invest into in the next round. Crucial He's only got $200. Now, Max can drop him the AWP. But with just a 3-round gap, a loss in this particular round here, it could lead to a tied-up scoreline. They fall by into this endpoint. They lose it 14-12. Next round, the money is wrecked, especially if Max drops an AWP. Which he's not going to do, but he's still going to empty his bank. And then, it's very likely that when your bank is empty, you lose the round, because you can't buy very good guns. And when that happens, NLG would be on 13 before the next gun round occurred. So an important one. A complete momentum shifter here. Endpoint get it. They get map point. They're looking comfortable. They lose it. Their economy's dire. NLG likely to pick up a next one. They're immediately competitive yet again. And for a map that Endpoint have picked twice this evening, hasn't looked particularly comfortable in either instances. Well, we know what that means. That means players are normally talking to each other. And it looks like they're having a problem unpausing right now. So, we are just permitted to have a look at what buys they're bringing forward. 2 Krieg saved forward that we know Lecker can be lethal with in that B bomb site. What is going on? Ah, right. It looks like there is a technical issue then on the side of Lecker. He's just struggling with a little bit of lag at the moment, apparently. So we're just going to endure this technical pause while he attempts to resolve the issue. And this can be a bit of a momentum shifter as well. NLG won the last 2 in a row, but this is a big break now. Quite easy to interrupt the flow of things, stop you from utilizing that snowball effect. That's what these long, uninterrupted breaks in gameplay can do. So, just a reminder for all of you. The first map here is Train in this best of 3 series. Vertigo is up next as the pick of NLG, and should we need it, Mirage will be our decider. And just an additional reminder for all of you that we are in the lower bracket of the Flashpoint European closed qualifiers. What that means is that the team that loses this best of 3 is eliminated, I believe. Let me just check the lower bracket format for you. Yeah, indeed. So the team who loses here will be eliminated. in dead last in this qualifier. And should either side manage to redeem themselves and push through to the finals, essentially, the last 2 spots in this qualifier, then they will be invited to the Flashpoint Global Qualifier LAN, which then, if they manage to win, affords them a slot in the new franchised Flashpoint League. Well, the timeouts have ended, and it looks like we are about to get back into the game. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 26. About to get back underway. Utility being deployed. Windows being broken, but no kills found yet. The wallbangs doing a little bit of damage over from that A site. We did actually see Crucial get a kill through there in the last game. That room just being cleared in case of the flank, and now Endpoint do consider the B bomb site. Shadow in position, finds the first, looks for more, will get him too. They keep lining up, but he can't hit the third shot as Mighty Max pushes his way through, but doesn't expect there to be another player deep in the site. Surreal could fall to him now as well, but Crucial is here to save the day. The bomb is still down though, and now that smoke has dissipated, meaning that it's just going to be so difficult to recover. Gunfights here have to be picked perfectly. Crucial aiming on the angle. Cello eventually able to consolidate that spray down though, and that leaves Surreal. He's straight up on top of the train right now, but they're playing Crossfire, and oh, he's struggling. 6 HP remaining, just a kiss of death. All that needed from these players, and with 15 seconds left remaining, they know that playing passively is their best bet. Back on the train again. 8 seconds left to go, and Cello does take him out. NLG, they pick up 12, and they put Endpoint's economy in the toilet. The eco then for Endpoint here. Just the pistols being used by them as they save their money for the next full gun round. Ekfan deals with Surreal, and, well, Thomas's teammates have fallen on their entrances into A also. And now, all of a sudden, Thomas is the last left alive. And 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock, and just a CZ to his name. We'll be looking around for some kills here. Players on the close angle to deal with him. Ekfan, the first to be spotted, but after the crossfire is built, there is nothing that can be done, and it's a clean anti-eco from No Limit Gaming. They buff their economy, and they put themselves just 1 away from tying things up here. Next up is Vertigo. And should we need it, Mirage will be the decider. Gun round comes through from Endpoint though, and they're looking to contest map point here. They're not going to be content just laying down the fire. Burning Max here. The timing on... Oh, just about lands it onto Ekfun. Gets the frag and somehow stays alive. Shadow on the AWP is very much alive and kicking. Finds the second frag right now as he appears to be carrying his side to victory on this map. Now, he's the one to go down, but Crucial gets aggressive and is punished for it. Cello anticipates the push, but Thomas and Lekka are going to peak at the same time, and, well, it's good for one kill, but Thomas is now in the 1v2. The AWPer faces him, but whiffs the initial shot. So does he, however, on the spray down, and now the close angle player spots him out, and Thomas will go down. NLG, they tie up the scoreline at 14-14. The gun's brought out yet again. Endpoint contesting it in this one. It's do or die time for them. And they want to go quick into A yet again. Ekfun get caught off guard here. His head is found. Thomas finds Cello elsewhere. And the bomb will go down. And there's a double AWP setup here from the CT side. Notoriously difficult to retake with those weapons. And when you've got the last round of the map potentially up next, is saving a consideration. Ekfun has no money. And that is what's going to occur. No Limit Gaming are taking us into the last round, ladies and gentlemen. We could potentially have another overtime on our hands. Crucial. Oh, every bit of damage he can do here is so beautiful. That's one more rifle removed. The drops can still come through. A buy, it will be cohesive in this round for the CTs. The main prize would have been one of those AWPs, but unfortunately unable to find them. As now it comes down to the wire yet again. 4 AKs and 1 Krieg against the double AWP setup here from No Limit Gaming. Oh, the speed is true, but oh, Surreal, he is able to find Shadow. That's the important kill at the cost of most of his HP, but Max is fragging out too. Robin gets another one, and all of a sudden, Endpoint have a chance. 2 versus 3, and Lekka, he wants to be the hero. He's going to go through the smoke, find Surreal, and transfers onto the bomb carrier, but not before it goes down. Adrian, is he going to take us to overtime? Yes, he is. Robin is eliminated, and Endpoint once again take us to overtime in their map pick. Well, we are in overtime, ladies and gents. The last map of Train went to double overtime. Oh, and those grenades are just eviscerating the Endpoint attack right now. Mighty Max, good for 1. Robin for another. Shadow replies, though, and Surreal in kind. The AWP of Crucial now removed also. But Thomas getting that frag. Does open things up. He's just going to walk straight into that smoke. But Ekfun, he's good for the opener here, and the smoke gives him room to maneuver. Not enough, however. Surreal will pick it up, and Endpoint do get 16 eventually, just not in regulation. Endpoint wanting to execute again. Remember, this becomes a battle of endurance at some point. Both of these sides have been playing since 5. That's 5 straight hours of CS. And of course in Germany, it's an hour later than the UK, so they're currently playing at 11 with at least one more map to go. Fatigue potentially coming into play. Endpoint taking it slow. Not trying to give anything away that they don't need to. Cello flashed out, but he can turn around in time. And that allows the first frag of the round to go NLG's way. Adrian finds one. Shadow opens up also, and Surreal is now given what appears to be the impossible task of recovery. Gonna go up on the train, spots out both players and decides that maybe this gets a little bit too difficult. Finds the second, and Shadow does eventually peek him, but his AWP shot fails to connect in the initial instance. Oh, whiffs yet another one as Surreal attempts to make this clutch work. Players facing him from all angles. He does not know where to turn. No way! Surely this is not possible. 10 seconds left on the clock. Lekker just has to stay alive, but Surreal encroaching. Surely does he know it? Lekker, how far left is he going to go? Where's he going to guess? 2 seconds left on the clock. He has to go, but he can't do it. Surreal, it was ever so possible, but NLG narrowly pick up the round. Would have been the clutch ace from Surreal there in that round. Unfortunately, only able to get 4. Time just not on his side. Surreal, this time, can't get anything done as Ekfan denies the pair of them. Crucial. Gets one in tow, but Shadow is quick to reply. Oh, there we are. Robin provides a glimmer of hope. Cello around the corner, though, looks to shut it all down, and Crucial is left alone with the AWP. Has the P250 to hand. Knows that Cello's low and will be able to convert. Bomb recovered, and an AWP shot flies out, but can't do much. And now Crucial. How cheeky can you be? Ekfan B-hopping away. Oh, lands the headshot, though, and NLG. They pick up 17. And the advantage heading into the next half. As now it's Endpoint who must defend. Oh, Cello tagged down very low in the first instance. Eventually will fall down to Robin too. That Molotov gets the job done. Shadow retrieves the AWP. He sustains quite a hefty amount of damage thanks to some utility as well. And that's going to cause the side to head back over towards B. Time becoming of the essence. NLG, they like to wear the clock down and try and expend their opponent's utility. And well, we're about to see whether or not it'll work. Perfectly timed Molotov from Surreal is going to delay the push from NLG. They aggress into the site, but can't find him initially as Adrian looks to deal some damage. Finds him eventually, and the Crucial AWPer of Crucial does get taken down by the Krieg in the end. 4 versus 3 as the bomb looks to be planted, but Thomas is playing off and aggressively. Ekman falls. And the post-plant situation now to be played by NLG. Adrian on the close angle, can't find much, and Endpoint know there's not much time left for this retake. Shadow misses the first shot, paranoid that attacks will come from above, but that is not the right angle of aggression. For some reason, Lekker is just not watching his defense. Now left in the 1 versus 2, and Endpoint, they will collect 17. Early flashes go over on towards the A-bomb site, but the players begin to migrate towards B. Surreal puts the smoke down early, but spam considered, and Lekker is going to be punished for it. Once again, no limit, slow down. Biding their time with these T executes, just making sure they don't make any silly mistakes and hoping that their opponents get aggressive. Adrian is going to have to drop the smoke at his feet. That gives his positioning away, and Robin goes aggressive on the angle, but the timing of the flash does not account for the second player, and that leaves us once again in the 4 versus 4. Thomas up in heaven with the Org, or the Krieg even. Finds one and looks for more, but won't be able to get them before Adrian deals with him. Crucial now falls to Cello. Mighty Max gets one in turn, and Surreal, he's quite far away on the flank at the moment. Cello has the time to isolate this. He could do so. All he has to do is face the right way, and he does it! Cello! That is a disgusting clutch. NLG, they pick up 18. They put the money of Endpoint under pressure. Fuck's sake. Are they about to claim victory here? In single overtime. Or will it be double? We've already seen one double overtime today. Could quite easily be another. Every member of the T side right now has got a scoped weapon. Nobody trusting the hipfire. 4 Kriegs and an AWP. Lekker kicks things off. No, NLG, they're going to try and fake out towards B. Perhaps even fully execute into it. But this execute, the success, is all dependent on one player. And that's Mighty Max here towards Ivy. Yes, 2 guys are about to head into drop zone, but Mighty Max, his frags could be all the more important. He gets taken down straight away by Shadow. Thomas finds one towards drop. But the space to maneuver onto B, has it been created? Crucial's AWP could get caught looking the wrong way here. He's going to go for the flank, and Ekman finds Crucial. That opens up the potential for the A bomb site hit. Thomas spots them moving in, finds the headshot onto Shadow, looking for more, but can't hold down the spray, and it's Surreal to keep his team in it. The MP9 to hand. He's gotten close. He's got a long-range player to worry about also, and it won't be doable. Adrian takes him out, and 19-17 is a scoreline for the first map. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick intermission screen, and when we are back, we shall have Vertigo for you.